live. Yep, Uncle Neely, we're live with a special edition of UNK and CHICO. You guys put on your seatbelts, lock in, get locked and loaded. We're about to go down in a major way. Talk to him, Unc.
In a major way. And, look, let me tell you something. I know y'all used to UNK and CHICO live on Sunday nights live, as we call it. But sometimes, man, stuff happened during the week that you can't wait to Sunday. You got to go ahead and discuss this nizow.
So we'll be back in 30 seconds. Hold your horses, baby. Let's go. Uncle Neely, we're here for a special edition once again. We got some guests that's going to join us.
Absolutely.
Talk to them, introduce everybody, and, let everybody know what we got going on, first of all.
Man, what we got going on is, we getting toward the end of the college football season, and this is the time of the year where you have the finalists for the annual awards to be named. And so these are the people who are going to be in absolute consideration for that particular award to be announced later in December. And there was just a glaring omission today when you go through the list of awards. When you got to the Paycom Jim Thorpe Award, Travis Hunter did not make the finals. Like, do you hear me, Chico? Do you hear me, big dog?
How could that happen?
Now let's understand.
One of the best in the country now. How could that happen?
Now, the Jim Thorpe Award is for the best defensive back in college football for that year. Now, we're not sitting here going to have a discussion on if he should win. Is it his? Is it a landslide? All of that. He didn't even make it to the final consideration. So he can't win it because he ain't one of the three they picked to be in the finals. Now, when you look at college football this year, defensive back play, how is Travis Hunter not in the top three in the nation?
Unbelievable. You can go and talk to any former defensive back, former player, college player, NFL player. Hell, you can look at the stats from this year.
Yeah.
And it'll tell you with the other guys in there, no shade to them, but with the other guys that's in the finalists, they all are not just overbearingly killing Travis Hunter as far as stat-wise. Hell, if you put them together, Travis has 3 picks, which is second on the list. If you're looking at those other guys, one guy doesn't even have a pick. Yeah. Travis has a game-clinching forced fumble.
I mean, let me
plays across the board. So many ways you can make the case for Travis Hunter and not even mention the other side of the football. And at the cornerback position, man, if he's considered as one of the best defensive players in all of football, how could he not be considered as one of the best at his position? That's crazy.
Yeah, it absolutely is. I don't know if you have that clip, man, from Coach Prime at his press conference today. Let's let the folks hear that, because I thought what Coach Prime had to say about it. Because keep in mind, Coach Prime won this award in 1988, I think, at Florida State. He was the best defensive back in college football that year. So he is a Jim Thorpe awardee. We're going to have Chris Hudson join the show. Chris Hudson won the Thorpe Award in 1994 from Colorado. And so we're going to get his opinion on all this. But we want y'all to hear what Coach Prime had to say at the presser today.
Let's see if I can play this for you guys. Let me see. I'm not sure we can. There we go.
Address something that just transpired and they brought to my attention today, that Travis is a finalist for the Walter Camp Player of the Year, Maxwell Player of the Year, Veterinary Defense Player of the Year, Lincoln Best Receiver, regardless of position, and was snubbed by the Thorpe. How is Travis Hunter snubbed by the Jim Thorpe Award? You can have my award. You can have it back. Matter of fact, I'm going to give him mine. I ain't using it. Just sit up there collecting dust. So Travis going to have my Thorpe Award, because if this saying the most idiotic thing in college football, that he's not a finalist for the Thorpe Award. And he is, I would say arguably, but I don't think it's really an argument about this young man being the best defensive back in college football. I ain't saying nothing about the receiver part of it. I'm just talking about defensive back. He rarely gets thrown at. He's won a game for tackling for us, and he's always on point. So if you bring up the statistics, I don't know how in the world is Travis Hunter not a finalist for the Thorpe Award. They just pretty much messed up all the integrity of the award, and he can have mine. Whoever's voting down there, who's ever bringing it home, thank you, because I don't even want mine now. God bless you. On that, let's talk about whatever you guys want to talk about.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, here is a Pro Football Hall of Famer, Deion Sanders. Here is a head coach, Coach Prime. Sorry about the audio on that. It was dragging. You can go to the pregame show, Instagram or Facebook to hear it later on. But initially, essentially what Coach Prime was saying was, how does this guy who is a finalist for all these other defense awards, not a finalist for this one for defensive back, how is this guy who has made, play after play on defense from that position, not a finalist for this award? And again, we're not even getting into should he win it? Was he going to win it? We're talking about he wasn't even selected to be in the top 3. Whew. It's mind-boggling, Chico. It's mind-boggling, Chico. But I got a funny feeling that if Travis Hunter played for another coach other than the last name Deion Sanders, we might not be having this conversation.
The crazy thing is that we all know that. And, that's the sad part about it, that we all know that that's the bias on it. And it's you holding off on the young man who is obviously one of the best to ever do it, who's doing things that we've never seen before. And we're just speaking on just that position. His play speaks for itself out on the field and what he's done. So, I mean, shout out to the other guys who are out there. I can only say this, and which is a shame. I think they said that, man, he's up there for this award, that award, that award. Let's give somebody else a chance. Well, it shouldn't work like that. You know what I mean? It should work like vote for the best person who's qualified for that award and put them in. That's simple as that.
Absolutely. When you walk down that main hallway in the Champion Center going to the football building, you see Rashad Salam's Heisman Trophy, but you also see other awards that he won that year. These awards do not exclude or preclude each other. You are nominated for all the ones that fit you in your category, and you can absolutely win all of them in the same year. Like, it's not like, you say, well, he's up for this one, up for that one, so we're not going to make him up for this one. It's just mind-boggling. I mean, look at this list. This is the list of where Travis Hunter has been named a finalist for. The Maxwell Award, which is Best All-Around Player, he's a finalist. The Biletnikoff Award for Best Wide Receiver, he's a finalist. The Bednarik Award for Best Defensive Player, he's a finalist. The Hornig Award for Most Versatile Player, he's a finalist. The Walter Camp Award, Most Outstanding Player, he's a finalist. But you want to tell me that the position he plays for defensive back, cornerback, he couldn't even be a finalist for? Come on, dog.
This is crazy. So we could keep talking about this, and we could show the facts, which, and you can also see the rest of the awards right here. Hell, we don't even see a Shedeur Sanders on the list. And finalists for the top college football award, football players award, and winners will be announced December 12th at 9 p.m. on ESPN. But we're going to get some more opinions. Like you said, man, we got a couple of legends that we can kick through right now.
Man, we can sit here and pontificate all we want, but we got a brother who has won the award. We heard from one brother that won the award in the head coach, Deion Sanders. We got another brother that won the award, and he won it from Colorado in 1994. Chris Hudson is in the waiting room. That's my man, Hudson.
How you doing? What's up, Chico? What's up, Chris?
What's up, OJ?
How you doing, man?
I got to stop everybody right there now. I got to stop everybody right there. To everybody in the chat that's watching this worldwide, Hudson is going to call me Chris. Hudson is
I'm sorry.
Hudson and my mama call me Chris. Everybody else call me Neely.
My fault, Neely.
No, see, Hudson on first name basis. So y'all hear him say Chris, he talking about me.
Yeah. All right, I got you.
Hey,
how y'all
Hudson,
doing, man?
Let's walk me through this, dog. You won this prestigious award from Colorado in '94, if I'm not mistaken. I think Deion Figures got it 2 years before you from Colorado in '92.
That's right.
Talk to us about the award and what it means, and again, give us your thoughts on Travis not even being in the finals for it.
Man, I gotta, I can take you through what I went through, and I can take you through when you text me that today. I was so surprised. I mean, when I say surprised, I was surprised. Like,
oh no, you hit me back. You like, hold up. You said what now? Like,
yeah, I was like, gee, not even a finalist, So when I won the award, well, let's take it back to Deion Figures. When Deion won the award, I never really had heard about the award, and Deion ended up winning it. And of course, I was back there with him, so I saw his body of work. And I was like, okay, I can see that, and I saw when they started talking about it. And like I said, I was back there with him after the game. You see the film, you see what he is, and it's like, oh yeah, he is the best, coming out that year. And you can tell, so I aspired to do something. So that next year, that's what I was aspiring to. So I know what it looked like. And then my senior year, I ended up winning it. And then coming back to Colorado, seeing Travis last year, but seeing him also at Jackson, but seeing him, he was doing the same thing at Jackson as he was doing at Colorado. The same thing, same guy, doing the same stats to whatever level you can say he was doing the same thing. But I can also see it in his eyes, man. I saw that this year he was chasing something. I can tell just by looking at him. When I get close to him, I dap him up, but I can see it in his eyes that he was after something. You know what I mean? He wanted to show the country he was the best. I could tell. But I was like, damn, but he doing it on both sides. And I don't know if you remember the interview. You was like, Chris, if Travis was to hold himself, which one? I always said defensive back, because I could tell how smart he is. Not just how talented he is, but how smart he is and how he uses his offense for his defense, vice versa. Yeah. And it's very hard to do. Most players that make it to that level or higher, they usually play 2 positions, 3 positions in high school. But the way he does it in a very Einstein way. Plus, he got great ball skills. So to see him going after it, he put on his weight, he tackles, he does everything. Anybody, they couldn't cross off nothing that he couldn't do. And I can tell the way that he was playing that's what he was doing. He was showing you, oh, I can do this. Oh, I can do this. Oh, I can do this. And you can just see it. So seeing him play week after week, man, you can just, ain't no way that he's not even in the finals. I'm not even saying winning. I'm not, because I haven't seen the other guy, but just being in the finals, because I'm sorry, I won it. Defensive back, I played it. I've been all Big 8 at both safety and corner, for 3 years in a row. To see him, I know I've never seen anything like that before. And matter of fact, that pissed me off so bad, because I was like, damn, anybody that won the trophy, I'm talking me, I'm talking Coach Sanders. Hey, man, he plays like that guy that's on the trophy. Yeah. That's what he is. He's that guy that the trophy is named after. If you really think about it, that's who he is. Yeah. And to see that him get snubbed like that, man, it really disheartens me. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a kid, that was his summer. I'm about to prove what he already was anyway. You see what I'm saying? But he's that guy that's on the trophy, and he's that guy. All the final the finalists that he have, and all the other the Max Trophy. Inside the final, he's the final. He's up for the Heisman. Mm-hmm. How can you deny that? He's under 5-6 categories finals. Come on, man. For real. I mean, and as a defensive back, you haven't seen that before. And I'm telling you, everybody that has won that trophy, even myself, I put myself first. I'm here to tell you, Never seen nothing like that before.
Yeah, let me give you a quick shout out because we got people constantly joining the program. If you are just tuning in, who we have with us is the legendary Chris Hudson, my man. Chris Hudson won the Thorpe Award for Best DB in the Nation from Colorado in 1994. So we're talking about Travis being snubbed and not making the finals list. And we got a brother on who not only made the finals list, he won the award from the very school that Travis is at now. So this is Chris Hudson, Jim Thorpe awardee from 94, played the position, drafted the NFL, played NFL. Like if there's any, like when me and Chico talking, we talking about what we see. When this man talk, he talking about what he done lived. So when you heard Coach Prime's press conference saying, hell, they can have mine if they're gonna operate it like this, you've heard from two guys today who've won it, who knows what it takes to get it, knows what it's supposed to look like. And Travis Hunter did not even make the final three.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. So what have you been most impressed with seeing Travis in the Colorado uniform out there playing?
Man, Chico, I've been more impressed. Playing the position, you know how a player thinks. You can tell the way he plays.
Yeah.
And his thought process of how he knows the game of football. You can tell he's serious about it. You know what I mean? But to be, his ball skills are incredible. You know what I mean? When I say incredible, he have great ball skills, man. But it's the mental thing, man, that you know that he has that makes him, because that combined with what he is already, that's what makes him extra special, because it's all mental. Everything is mental, man. And he prepares himself, but you can tell his thought process, and it's like, and it's so quick-minded. He knows the game of football, man. He's rarely out of position. He's rarely out of position. And then when he's out of position, his ball skills gives him, you know, he have a burst that'll get him back in position. And he tackles well.
Yep.
I mean, he tackles
I
well.
was about to say two things. One, people don't spot on what you're saying. People do not give him enough credit for his football IQ and even his academic IQ. The brother has a 4.0. And I've seen people say, well, he doesn't have as many tackles as the other three guys got. Man, when your cornerback got a lot of tackles, that means the guy is catching the ball. That means they're throwing it away. What are y'all talking about?
But I'm going to tell you one thing too, man. I seen him, and this even more, and I've come to many games, because Neely, you saw me there. I've seen him from ladies coming up, older women, older people coming in, him opening the door. Just a complete gentleman, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just a complete gentleman, period. I'm just old school. You know what I mean? And I get that to his parents. I give that to Coach, because I know Coach teach that too, but I give it to his parents too, man. You can't, man, he's everything that you would want. If he would have been playing back then, that'd be him on that trophy.
Yeah,
Damn sure would be.
You know what I mean?
Hudson, Chico, do me one favor, because you know we got people still joining us. Put up the list of everything that Travis has been named finalist for. Check this out, Chris Hudson.
All right, let me make sure I don't cover up my man's face like I did last time.
If you got to cover me, and I'll just narrate it. I just want the people to see this.
Okay, here we go.
Because what I don't want to happen
this is the full list, but this is the Travis list right here.
Give us the Travis list.
Wow.
So Travis Hunter is a finalist for the Maxwell Award, which is Best All-Around Player, the Biletnikoff Award, Best Wide Receiver, the Bednarik Award, Best Defensive Player, the Hornig Award, Most Versatile Player, the Walter Camp Award, Most Outstanding Player. But when it comes to the Thorpe Award, did not make the finals for that.
How crazy is that?
Saying, oh, well, he on everything else. When you're talking about trying to navigate the present and also create history, when you go down that trophy hall at the building and you see Chris Hudson, who's our guest, his name and trophy right there, that stuff matters for generations and time immemorial to come. And to have a guy get snubbed because you don't like his head coach or because you don't like he's been nominated for everything, that's not the basis of the award. The award doesn't say best defensive back who hasn't been nominated for everything else. It says best defensive back.
Right. You're right. You're absolutely right. Each award is different. You know what I mean? I mean, if he's the best defensive back, he's the best defense. I mean, look at Charles Woodson.
Yeah.
Same. They couldn't deny him. You know what I mean? And Man, it's just mind boggling, man, because it's like, wow. I'm
What
telling you, I haven't
about
seen
this?
no. Huh?
Here's one other thing. Let's talk about this real quick. The success of the team, that the school, the whole school community, everybody, and the impact from Coach Prime being there. What have you seen from 1994 to now? Like the shift in the culture, or what's the difference, nowadays with Coach Prime being there and bringing the type of talent he's bringing to Colorado also?
Well, when we was there, man, we was expected to win anyway because we had won. That was just us. And my senior year, we might have had 13 seniors, something like that, 14. 11 of us went pro. So we had a deep. We was deep.
I was gonna say so many good guys back then, man, in the 90s.
We got
8 of us, right?
In the back might not heard that. Say that again.
11 of us went pro, and 8 of us went before the third round. So
exactly
what kind of talent we had.
Yes.
So we was expected to win, And with Dion bringing that back, with Coach bringing that back to us, I mean, it's remarkable because you can see he really reminds me of Coach McCartney. And Coach McCartney was a hard-nosed coach, just like Coach Sanders. He is a hell of a coach. He installed things, man. And I haven't been on other teams, you know what I mean? I can't tell you about. I have partners that I've met. And what he's instilling, man, is the truth of what, especially from an African-American standpoint, on what these guys gonna face when they leave college. He's very realistic with them. And I love that about him. Man, I tell him I love him every week because I really mean that, because I look at what he's doing for the kids, man, and what he's giving these kids.
Absolutely. Chris Hudson, man, we appreciate you. Now I'm gonna offer you this. Feel free to hang around in the back, and we can bring you back on if you're gonna be here. Because we'd love to hear more from you. But we got our next guest on to discuss this. If you've been tuning in, this is a special episode of UNK and CHICO Live. Normally it's Sunday night, but we had to come out here on Tuesday and deal with this. Had Chris Hudson on. Hudson won the 1994 Thorpe Award from Colorado, so it gave us some wonderful insight. So Hudson, if you got time, man, just hang to the back, and we'll bring you back up.
I appreciate it. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.
Appreciate it.
Next guest we got is my man from the big boys, Coach Carl Reed. Coach Reed, we're just going to dive right into it. When you saw the finalist list and did not see Travis Hunter's name, what'd you think?
I actually refreshed my page a couple of times because I thought it had to be some type of misprint or some type of mistake, or maybe I didn't have my screen open up all the way. It's unfortunate to me. It cheapens the award a little bit, when you don't even have him on the finals list. And you can go in a lot of directions and you can say, well, he's got, so many other awards and so many other things. But it appears that it becomes very personal, man, for how people feel about Coach Prime. But it's a travesty, and there's no way that Travis Hunter shouldn't be a finalist for the Thorpe Award.
You are a former coach, head coach, state champion coach. And in that, part of that is education and teaching. And when you talked about being a finalist for all these other awards, just because a guy got A's in all 5 of his other classes, don't mean the 6th teacher don't give him an A. Like, you give him what he's earned.
Well, typically, if a guy got 5 A's, I think the 6th grade is an A. And so I want my guys to get everything that they earned, everything they got going, that they got coming to them. And I stand on it, man, and fight for it the way that Coach Prime did, in his press conference today. But it's no excuse for this, man. I really want to know who was voting and who was responsible for it. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Chico.
No, I was just gonna say sad thing, man. But at the end of the day, I think it was kind of expected from a lot of people out there just because of all the hate that's going on. And it's almost like, damn, what's gonna happen when the Heisman Trophy voting go in, and what's gonna happen during that time? Are they gonna try to snub him out of that? What's gonna happen? So, sad but true, man. Sad situation, but I don't know how to add anything else to it other than saying that he should have been in there. The stats said, the play said, so I don't know what else they're looking at.
Coach Prime is the best person to mentor him through this situation. Coach didn't get, he wasn't affected emotionally when everybody was hating on him when they were losing last year, and he's not affected emotionally now from the credit of they winning and the things that they trying to do with the players. He's gonna come in, man, and keep those guys focused and keep Travis focused on the main thing. He spoke on it today at the press conference, but we all know what time it is.
Let me ask you this again, Coach Reed, as a former head coach and a guy who is just waist deep in studying this recruitment game out there. What does it say not only to specifically Travis Hunter, but future potential players when they see a head coach, stand on business like that, like the young folks say, and have his players back to the degree of saying, "I'll give him my award"? Like, what message does that send, to Travis and to other players who want to come here?
Well, it's a guy, man, that you want to play for, because a lot of coaches won't do that. Coach Prime is one of the few guys in the country who is able and willing to speak his mind, and stand on what he believes in and stand up for what the right thing is. So if you're a recruit and you watching that, you saying, that's a guy that I can trust. That's a guy that I can see myself with. That's a guy that I know if I do everything I'm supposed to do, he's going to have my back. He's going to take care of me. He's going to protect me. He's going to teach me. He's going to coach me. He's going to work me. He's going to expose me to the better things in life. So I think that every time that he steps up and just be who we know him to be, we know him personally, Neely. So,
yeah,
when you know him personally the way that we do, that's really who he is. He'll step up for his people, man, and do whatever he needs to do to help you.
Yeah, absolutely. And ain't just started that. People forget when he was with the Washington Commanders, they had another name at the time, and there was a brother who could have been elevated to coach. And Coach Prime said, "Man, if y'all don't do that, I'm out of here." And when they didn't do it, I'm out of here. So, he believes in opportunity for his people. He believes in doing the right thing. And I think clearly, man, when you look at stats, no hate or anything to the other three finalists. Congrats to them. But when you look at stats and impact on this game of college football this year, there's just no doubt in my mind Travis Hunter should have been one of those three finalists. We can get into the debate then of should he win it or not, but there's no way he's not at the table being considered as one of the best three.
Yeah, man, it's hard to comprehend, and it's hard to understand why that decision was made. It's really nothing reasonable for it other than to say it's some hate involved, but you just hope that people don't take things out on kids because they don't like the coach, but it does happen. These awards are voted on by people. So anytime human beings are involved, anything is possible.
Well said.
Well said. We appreciate you, Coach Reed, man, for coming on. And it's always an honor, you know what I mean, to talk to you and have the big boys together. I'm an honorary big boy, ain't I?
Hey, listen, before I get out of here, man, I do want to say this, man. I jump on here, man, and I see all of these $100 donations. I'm thinking you boys twerking at Magic City on here, man. The way I see these women in this chat donating this money to the cause, man.
They love Uncle Neely's beard.
I did dance the other night now. I did dance for him the other night.
And they say bands will make Neely dance. That's what they say. That's what they say.
My man, Coach Carl Reed, 24/7 Sports. You could catch him on 24/7 Sports on Well Off Media with some content, of course, on the Pregame Show Network with the big boys. We appreciate you, Coach Reed. Always wonderful insight, man.
All right, you brothers.
Coach Reed live, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate the chat in there. We in the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds watching live on both channels. Y'all be sure to hit the thumbs up on both channels. Y'all be sure to subscribe on both channels. Appreciate Mama Tia with the $100 super chat. Hello, Uncle Neely and Chico fans, guys. Coach Don Staley, South Carolina Gamecock, went through this in 2022. Aaliyah Boston was snubbed out of being invited to ESPN ESPYs. Why? Because Don Staley is a GOAT. Pure jealousy. They hate exposure is better than receiving. Mama Tia always keeping it 1,000. Wow.
Thank you, Mama Tia. And that was my young crush, Don Staley, back in the day.
Oh, absolutely. All the way back when she was on the episode of Martin and crossed them over.
Yes. Yeah. But we had Coach Reed on here talking about twerking, and we talking about crushes. And now we got to transition somehow to having Mr. Charles Bishop
the
come
professor.
On the professor.
The Professor Charles Bishop joining us from inside the HBCU Sports Lab. Has been a follower of Travis Hunter since he made that monumental decision to come to Jackson State with Coach Prime and then has now transferred to Colorado. Chuck has been following these annual awards. When he had hair, he was following these awards. So
Right.
Chuck, I'm gonna ask you like I asked Coach Reed. When the finalist list dropped today, and you looked at it, and it seemed to be missing a name, what went through that beautiful bald head of yours?
I was floored, nearly. I mean, I was like, I couldn't. I think Coach mentioned he refreshed his page a couple times, and I was like, whoa, wait a second. Not even a finalist. It just threw me off because when you're talking about a player who is must-see TV, I mean, from a defensive back standpoint, you're talking about the perfect combination of Reggie Bush, Peter Warrick type individual. I mean, I just couldn't believe that that Travis wasn't even a finalist. I mean, you don't test him. You know, it's so mind-boggling that he's not even a finalist for this award.
You know, Professor Bishop, that's the one thing that gets me when the people say he doesn't have as many tackles as the other folks. Do they not understand that means that folks ain't throwing to that side? Like,
when somebody says that, that means that they don't watch kind of the nuance of football, because I mean, the reality of it is, if he's making a bunch of tackles, then that's not a good thing for a defensive back.
That means his man is catching the ball.
That means
he's in a good corner. Like, what do y'all want?
Or they running to his side because they know he's scared to tackle or something. You know, he's making the tackle 10 yards down the field. That's not the case with Travis Hunter.
Not at
all.
And
fumbles.
Been watching Travis do this since his time in Jackson State. Now in Colorado, It's been just an involvement in watching him become an even better player year after year after year.
Right. We've seen some running backs break through and Travis be the guy that run them down and save the touchdown. And then we hold a team to a field goal. That's 4 points off the board right there. We've seen multiple plays by Travis on pass breakups that normal DBs would not get to, dog. Simple as that.
Let me tell Chico, Chuck, I want y'all feedback on this. Let's pretend for a second that Travis Hunter ain't him, that he's just Travis Hunter. Like he just a DB in college. When you look at the season and look at games and look at situations, I might be crazy, but that forced fumble on Bailey and what it meant, you in the top 3 off that play.
Off that play alone. Exactly. Off that play alone, you should be somewhere in the mentions in terms of being one of those top players. But I mean, that play was such a game-changing, season-changing, I believe, play. And Travis was right in the mix of making that, and you saw Colorado get on a roll sort of after that game.
Right. And that's what I mean by those big-time plays and big-time situations. You know, making those plays when it counts the most.
Mm-hmm.
Travis is always there to do that, putting his team in a position to win.
So the $1 million question I wanted to ask, who are the actual voters on the Jim Thorpe Award?
Man, I wish I could find that out. I wish I was that good. Let me see if I can play a little FBI in the background or something.
You play FBI. Let me give y'all another example of an outstanding play, although it did not go in the stat sheet. The offense quarterback, rightly so, had not tested Travis all game. Rightly so. The defense jumps outside. He has a free play, and he decides to test Travis, and Travis intercepted the damn ball. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like plays like that get called back that other defensive players don't even make throughout the whole damn season.
Yeah.
This man here is playing both sides of the ball, not coming off the field and making plays like that. I said in the live stream, I said that play was almost like because he saw that the play was called dead, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's so smart that when the quarterback threw the ball, it was almost like when you're the big kid and you stop the kids from playing or something, you just go grab the ball or something. Don't stop the game.
Absolutely.
It was like he just stopped everything right there.
You can see in the NBA because you don't want some guy to get hot. You don't want some guy to get momentum going. You see the NBA when they call a foul as a non-shooting foul and somebody still try to do a layup, the center go block it. Like I'm not letting you get in the rhythm. I'm going to show you that the defense is here. And Travis saw that flag. Travis knew it was offsides. Travis knew that even if the receiver catch it, he jumped 48 inches straight up with, even Superman squats to jump. Travis just jumped flat-footed.
let me tell you,
Exactly.
Uncle Neely, back when Travis came out here for the Polynesian Bowl, that was my first time seeing him with my own eyes. And I was like, I'm going to go here and, cover this with Jackson State. I really wasn't too hip how great he was, right? So I didn't really have all of the hype. I came out of that game like whatever hype there is not enough, dog.
Yeah.
This guy, I saw this guy, I was standing beside him on the sideline. I saw him go out there and say, quarterback is doing this, they're doing this. I'm going to pick that off and go out there and get a pick. They're doing this, throw me the ball right here and stay on the field. Like, unbelievable player that I've seen with my own eyes.
I want to read a comment. I want to read a comment, Chuck. Professor Bishop, get your feedback on it. Rose Phillips says, what is happening in college football world is jealousy and pure adulterated hate. How dare a black coach named Deion Sanders, after 2 years, can send a football team to see you to a bowl game? Chuck, do you think hate got a lot to do with this?
I think he has a little something to do with it. And you know what? I take my hat off to Coach Prime today. I mean, and y'all touched on it. I mean, to have your players back like that, all around the country, I'm sure there were more than enough recruits who saw that. That's the sort of individual that I want to play for. And you can't say enough in terms of for the coach who has the gravitas, if you will, to be able to speak out and say what's on his mind. You take your hat off to Coach Prime in regards to, shedding light on what is obvious wrong.
Yeah, and he did. He stood on it and even leveraged the weight of his trophy and having won it to question the credibility of the decision makers this year. And then said, I'll tell you what, instead of giving mine back, I will give mine to him because there's no doubt about it that he deserves it. And what we've been saying all along in this show, Chuck, and shout out to the 500 plus combined with the other channel, well on up there in the 800s watching live on Big Dog Chico and the Pregame Show Network. Don't forget thumbs up. Don't forget the notification and subscribe. What he did, man, rippled not only through to Travis and the rest of his team, but like you just touched on, potential recruits. To see a coach, sit there and have his players back like that and say, this is wrong. And I know that there's an inclination for us out there when we see somebody with so much that we say, well, they'll be all right. That's not our call. Yeah. These awards don't have anything to do with each other. Just because you've been nominated for 3 doesn't mean you can't be nominated for a 4th, 5th, or 6th. They are independent awards. And it is just clear. I think it's the Oklahoma Sports Hall of Fame that gives this out. And I don't know the voting members, but it's an Oklahoma based award. It's just clear they don't want them to have it. It's just like, you know what? We ain't going to put them on the finals list. Because if you look at impact, plays made, and Chuck, let me tell you this, Chico, that's without factoring in that he's also playing offense.
Exactly.
We're not even going to say, hey, consider what he does on defense and that he's also doing. No, let's just look at defensive side of the ball. He's nominated for best defensive player in the country, but he can't be nominated finalist for defensive back player. Like, come on, man.
That's amazing.
That's
amazing. Yeah.
Well,
I like you said, Neely, I was floored and to find out who the actual voters are. I mean, that's
I wish I could. They don't
Yep,
say in this article I was looking at.
Directors or a committee or something, that presents a slate to the full body. And the one way to keep the full body from doing the right thing is to make sure he ain't on the initial slate. So, you see a lot of that in advisory roles and say government or business that, Chuck Bishop is the CEO and Neely works for him. And I don't know what decision Chuck gonna make, but I'm giving him these 4 choices.
Right.
So, he gonna pick from these 4 because he asked me to go out there and identify the best 4. So all I had to do is do a little hate and leave something off, and it ain't gonna make it because it was never presented. So I think we're gonna get through this, and it ain't the end of the world, but I know daily when I walk down that trophy hall, and Chico's been down it, Chuck, you've been down it, to see those memories, those statues and figurines there. As much as you can get over to 2022, it's going to mean something in 2062 and 2082. And people will forget that there was a snub. There's no asterisk on that hallway. So I think it's just a missed opportunity and bad business on behalf of Oklahoma Sports Hall of Fame, man. I really do.
There it is.
Great
point.
Indeed,
Great
man.
point.
And I'll say this too. When Coach Prime said that he could have mine, I think that's adding value you know, one day we're gonna see that prime trophy come to fruition because they're opening the door for it by doing these dumb things and taking credibility away from their trophy. Now we bring a real deal prime trophy in effect, presented by Smack Entertainment. You feel
See
me?
what you did there? Yeah.
That's nice
And
move,
he
Chico.
presented himself. He presented himself, Travis, to be the first recipient of it. You think a DB next year and the year after that wouldn't want to be
Chico
prime trophy presented by him independently from Smack Entertainment?
Chico, is Chris Hudson still in the green room?
Let me see. No, I don't think he. No, he's not.
Okay, all right. I was gonna bring him on so Chuck could get at him some too. But yeah, we had. I don't know if you were listening in at that time, Chuck, but we had Chris Hudson, the winner in 1994 from CU. He was on as well, and you know when you hear from Coach Prime and hear from him, and you know this ain't Bishop, Chico, and Neely. These jokers won the award. Like
Right.
they got more credibility than credibility allows.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
I won an award, but it wasn't that award.
But Chuck,
But no, for real though.
Talk to us about where do you go from here? You know, all of these awards announced, you know, later in December. Clearly, he won't get that one. Does the cloud spread over the other awards, even though he's nominated? Or now people anticipating he won't win some of those because he wasn't nominated for this one? How deep does the conspiracy thread go, if you will?
Well, here's what I take a look at is if he is crowned the best defensive player in the country, or if he wins another award, it cheapens the Thorpe Award to me because you're seeing other voters around the country like, wait a second, I don't know what you guys got going on over there, but he's our award winner. So I think it sort of cuts into the value, if you will, of the Thorpe Award, where you don't even make one of the best defensive players in the country a finalist for his position. That speaks volumes. So
Where's Kanye West when you need him?
What would Kanye say right now, Chico?
Kanye say, wait a minute. We all know Travis is the best.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go back to Katrina and say Jim Thorpe doesn't care about black people. I thought it was that Kanye.
I was talking about when he got on the stage. When he got on the stage and said Beyonce had the best video.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift was fine, but but where is he at when you need him, man? But Travis gonna be good with or without an award, and with the up and coming Prime Award. You know what I mean? If y'all need a host for that ceremony, you know what I'm saying? Myself and Uncle Neely would be some good hosts for the Prime Award.
Put me on that red carpet. All I need is a little. I'm so upset tonight, Chico. I got water. I ain't even got my bourbon over here.
I was gonna say, what a rapper reserve, baby.
I couldn't. I might go off the deep end and get some of that brown in me.
Yeah, you don't want that brown in you, Neil.
That brown will make you clown. Brown will make you clown. Hey, if y'all don't know, y'all tune in to the Uncle Chico show. This is not anything like you ever seen before. This is first of its kind on the internet, coming to you live and direct. We're usually on Sunday Night Live, but now we're Tuesday for this special episode after the awards and the finalists have been announced for the best college football players.
Hey, two things, Chico.
Question.
See, Mama Tia put up another super chat. Let's get that. And then let's put up that main list again of all the finalists.
Lord, Claude, Mama Tia. First of all, Reverend B.J. Nelson out in San Francisco. These people better be careful. I can hardly see that, though. I'm sorry about that.
These people better be careful. God don't like ugly, and he ain't crazy about cute either. Reaping time is coming. Boy, Pastor, if I had that organ, I'd hit it right there because you preached it. Look, Pastor, I don't know the book and the verse, but somewhere it says in there, touch not my anointed. That you when you come after mine, something coming your way.
Wow.
We did that one. We did the $100 one. She had another one in there, Chico.
I think Mama Tia had $200, huh?
It was a 50 I saw.
There we go. Coach
Mama
Prime
Tia,
trumped
$50 super chat. Coach Prime trumped it. You can have mine's back, period, with the T. I can't eat from the plate and not leave a tip. Coach Reed, I'm a clergy, just authentic. Appreciate that. And shout out to Coach Reed for joining us too, Mama Tia. You got Dan O with a super chat as well.
Dan O.
What a shame. Him is a finalist for Defensive Player of the Year, but not a finalist for the position he plays. That's stupid hate. Season ticket holder here, and he's the most talented man I've ever seen on Folsom Field. Dan O, I ain't seen a lot of folks on the field only these past couple of seasons. But TV, internet, YouTube, I ain't never seen nothing like Travis Hunter in my life. Chuck, what you think?
I totally agree. Like I said, he's must-see TV. You tune in to the highlights, you tune into the games, and like I said, you kind of sit around and you would wait on a Reggie Bush to make a play. You would wait on a P. Warder to make a play. Travis is in that same must-see mode where it's like I don't know where he is or where he is on the field, but I know something great is going to happen, and I'm going to stick around to watch.
Most definitely. Got one more game, baby.
I just think,
At
guys,
home, at least.
from a strategical standpoint, or as George H.W. Bush would say, strategery, he ain't getting them words right. I just think you would have come out better. Put the man where he deserved to be on the finalist list. And then if you want to do you hate it, I don't think people would have been marching, on the state capitol if he's in the finals and don't get it.
It
Sure.
keeps the
But you
integrity
call
of
more
the
attention
award,
to
I think.
yourself by not even having him in the finals.
Yeah, I like you said, I think you touched on it, Chico. I mean, it touches on the integrity of the award if he is not even in the running for to win the award. So
Right.
it's just so mind-boggling. It's hard to even fathom that he is that he's not a finalist. It's just
Something Chris Hudson said when he was on. He played with Deion Figures, and Chuck, you're a football historian. You know Deion Figures. I think went on to play with the Steelers.
he did.
Hudson was on this team in Colorado with Figures, and he won it in '92. And it was one of those things that motivated him, and he won it in '94. It's like you're saying about the integrity of the award after this. Hell, who wants it? What does it stand for? Does it actually go to the best DB?
It's a great point. Excellent point.
Well, we know now that it doesn't. Not this year, at least.
Hey, let me tell you something about Chico. Chico gonna put the beard on that son of a bitch now. He gonna complete that thought. Like, well,
but the thing is, when I put the beard on it, I'm gonna have some Uncle Neely's beard oil to make sure it's
I see the
shining
pattern
bright like a diamond. You feel me?
Yeah, I thought the beard was looking crispy over there. I thought,
Neely, now hold on. That's just my juices and berries. That's my natural birth. I've been growing it. That's my natural hair. I've been growing it since birth.
If y'all want some juices and berries for your beard, go to facedbyjazz.com, FACEDBYJAS.com. Hit that first drop down menu. Chuck, I see you rub your face. It don't help with growth. It helps what you have. Look, it ain't no chia pet. It ain't gonna make something come from nothing. You got to have something for it to adhere to. It's like when Jerry Clower, they got back from that coon hunt, they laid him on the porch. And she tried to give him some 3-6 drought to drink. He said, "Mama, he don't need nothing to swallow. He needs something that daubs." we got holes to fill in. We need something that daubs.
So you remember Jerry Clower, man. My God.
That Uncle Neely's beard oil, it don't daub, but it drips. So you want to drip it in there, comb it in and brush it in.
You want that? You want that real drip?
Drip, drip. Came through dripping. Drip, drip. Came through dripping.
I will say this right here off the top, and I smelt it through the package, actually. It smelled too good. I'm going to get me at least a couple of numbers off this, and I ain't going to be trying to. I'm going to have to stiff arm a couple girls. What your name is? You smell good.
Yeah. I love it.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you, Bishop, man, for coming on.
Yeah, Professor Bishop, Professor Chuck.
I'm sorry, Professor.
Yeah, that's Dr. Charles Bishop, man, down there in Houston, Texas. Fifth Ward.
No. Let him say. I like to say this on my shows that I usually do, but I'm going to say this: introduce yourself and let everybody know how they can find you. Also.
Oh, no doubt. You can find me Tuesdays and Thursdays. I do an HBCU sports podcast inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Dr. Kenyatta Cavill. We call him the dean of HBCU sports. So Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6 to 7 o'clock Central Time, we do a show where we basically recap everything that's going on in the HBCU stratosphere. And then Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. Central Time, we kind of recap those games and talk about those games and get into everything that is SWAC, MEAC, CIAA, and SIAC. So a lot of things going on still in the HBCU universe.
Chuck, before you get out of here, Dr. Chuck, you spoke on it, on where people can find you inside the HB Sports Lab. You see behind me, I still got the Sports Illustrated cover with Coach Prime, Shadur, and Travis up there. SWAC championship is coming up December 7th in Jackson, Mississippi. Jackson State hosting, I think it's Southern,
Yeah.
that's coming to town.
Mhm.
And there was a little kind of New England Patriot stuff going on, but I think the SWAC ruled today that much to do about nothing. Give us a quick update on the SWAC and what's going on there.
Yeah, the espionage deal that was going on, where Jackson State was accused of accessing practice film from UNPB. SWAC ruled on it today that there was much ado about nothing. So it's one of those deals. It was the Bond movie didn't have any sizzle to it. So it was what it was in that regards. But fast forward now to the SWAC championship. You got the Bayou Classic, of course, this weekend. Southern and Grambling, and then the following week, Southern will face off in Jackson, Mississippi, taking on Jackson State for the SWAC championship.
Shout out to Coach T.C. Taylor and everything he's doing out there at Jackson State. Shout out to Coach Eddie George too. You feel me? Turning things around.
Tennessee State has had a tremendous year. Eddie George has brought their program back to fruition. They have Montana this upcoming weekend in the FCS playoffs.
I don't know if I wish that on nobody, man. Them Montanans, everybody laughed at us when we were playing North Dakota State, and what the hell, they number 2. Like them Dakotas and Montanas, man, they play some real ball. Shout out to Eddie George, and hopefully he, represents to get it done. 2 quick things, Chuck. Got to tell you this. You mentioned Bayou Classic. Chico, put it on just me for a second. Let me talk to the people. Young men in the audience between the ages of 18 and 30.
I know where it's going.
If you've never been to the Bayou Classic, go.
Please.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it at that. You ain't got to go to the game.
Yeah.
You ain't got to get a ticket. Just be in New Orleans Thanksgiving weekend. You'll thank Uncle Neely.
That is a must-go trip. Yes, it is.
Yeah. So what's your predictions on the SWAC championship? Jackson State, of course, hosting, Southern coming in. Do the records matters? Boombox Classic 2? Who you got?
No, the records don't matter at all. I mean, it is one of the best pure rivalries in the HBC football. The moniker is on it, like the Bedlam series. They call it the Boombox Classic. Not a true classic, but it is affectionately known as Boombox Classic because of the bands. But it's just one of the best pure rivalries in HBCU football. And when you take a look at it, this is not going to be the same Southern team that Jackson State saw back in September. This is a different Southern team. They've solidified the quarterback position a little bit more, and I think it's going to be a hell of a game, but I do expect Jackson State, with their physicality, they have a brutal running game that comes downhill at you. A young man by the name of Irv Mulligan. He puts you in the mindset. Neely, you remember this name from way back, a guy named Destry Wright.
Night Train.
Night Train. Sort of puts you in that mindset of Savion Wilkerson, 1,000-yard rusher for Jackson State, but guys who really come downhill, and that offensive line, they've really gelled for Jackson State. And defensively, Jackson State has shut out opponents in the second half, I think in 4 games this past season. So defensively, they're playing really good ball, but it's going to be a great game. It's going to be a great game.
We keep up with it, not only me as an alum, but Chico as a supporter of what Coach Prime has done, because Coach T.C. Taylor is that first branch off Coach Prime's coaching tree. He's got 10 wins this season. So we couldn't have you, Chuck, come on and talk about the HBCU connection of Travis Hunter and what he's doing in Colorado and being snubbed, and not also give you a moment to give us that SWAC update. Hey, man, as always, we appreciate you, Chuck Bishop. And again, I hope you order some beard oil, but it ain't going to grow nothing.
Appreciate coming on, Neely. Enjoy it, Chico.
It'll smell good though. It might.
Cologne,
you know what I mean?
Put in your eyebrows. You got thick eyebrows. Put in your eyebrows.
And before we let you know, they were laughing at me because I put it in my hair too. We might have to.
Oh no, it worked in your hair. Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say. We might have to
absolutely
do a UNK and Chico's hair oil around this thing. You feel me?
No, you talking some business now. I love it. You talking business.
Right. Appreciate the professor.
Thank you, guys.
All right, Dr. Chuck. Hey, this has been a special episode, and we ain't done yet. We got about 5 or 10 minutes left, but we had to come on this Tuesday live. Normally, UNK and Chico live is Sunday nights, but we had to come on this Tuesday night to talk about the ridiculousness of Travis Hunter not being a finalist for the Thorpe Award, which goes for the best defensive back. You heard from Coach Prime in his press conference, a winner of the award in 1988. We had the legendary Chris Hudson live on this program, who won the award from Colorado in 94, had Coach Carl Reed chiming in his expertise from 24/7 and other platforms, and the professor Chuck Bishop, who's been following Travis's career since Coach Prime recruited him to JSU. So, Chico, all that,
Hey,
and we still don't know who these crazy SOBs is that did this.
Hey, it doesn't matter. It's all right. They're gonna throw a rock and hide their hand anyway.
Yeah.
There's another M Favor said we should have them on the segment, do more HBCU segments in the future. I think we could do that. Y'all might see that.
Yeah,
because I had some HBCU congratulations. I'm glad I got them in right there from this past week that we didn't get in Sunday night. So, I know we wanted to. Let me see.
Yeah.
Chico got that. What? Professor of Africa, this world.
Hey,
like higher learning.
Yeah, higher learning. All he needs is that pipe.
Mr. Williams. Y'all got jokes. All right.
Reeve, that was a good one there, Reeve.
Y'all better be lucky I grew up in Lakewood. I can take the jokes. You got to come with some good jokes now. If they're funny, I will laugh and feature them. If they're not funny, you might just get a womp womp.
Appreciate that, D Square. Get the likes up, man. Get the likes up. If you in here, just go hit the thumb. They're not gonna take no money out your cash out. They just go hit the thumb. It's free to hit the thumbs up.
Yes, indeed. Y'all know what it is, man. It's Sunday Night Live usually, but it's Tuesday Night Live. As my people say, I was gonna say this. When you said about those Montana boys, right?
Yeah.
And people underestimating them, it reminded me instantly of when I was first signing up to go to Europe. First of all, I declined the opportunity to go to Europe first to play football and to coach American football because I was like, man, I'm not going out there to play with no little bitty Europeans. Just stereotyping, right?
Yeah.
So finally got a chance to go the following year after playing a year over here. Went over there overseas, played, thinking I'm just going to be big, bad American. I don't know why I thought I was going to be standing 7 foot tall over some 5 foot nothing Europeans. I get out there, man. All I see is shiny black Caribbean guys, guys from Haiti, just big old guys. I was like, man, what in the hell? Where they come from?
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna be the man. Nah, dog. But they had some big European guys over there who can play also, who look just like the offensive linemen of North Dakota State. But the point is, no matter where you go, no matter who you're playing against, you got to respect all of your opponents, dog. That's simple as that.
And speaking of respecting the opponent, I got one question for you. When you got over there and seen the big brothers, that first day in the cafeteria, when Goldmouth asked you, "Do you want your cornbread?" What'd you do?
I didn't have Goldmouth. I had the opposite. I had Big Ollie. And I never shared this story with you, Uncle Neely, but you'll be the perfect one to share it with. They called us out for a game.
You know, when you share it with me, is like 800 other people out here, right?
I see.
Okay,
I thought we was just talking, but I guess y'all gonna get this too. But we got introduced, and I ran out, and he was like, "You know how you run out after they call your name?" He slapped me on the butt and said, "Let's go, black ass!" Slapped me on the butt. This is a big 6'4" white guy. You know what I mean? Like he takes steroids. But he said, "Let's go, black ass," and slapped me on the ass. I said, "Man, I'm from Alabama, man. You can't be calling me no black ass out here. I don't care where we at." He said, "You are black, aren't you?" I said, "Yeah, what if I called you white ass?" He said, "Okay, I don't care. I'm white." I said, "Well, damn. I'm not in Alabama no more, man. Maybe I'm tripping." I don't know. But I was black ass for a minute.
The chat need to know when y'all hear me call Chico black ass.
Oh,
damn. Now it's a shout out to European football.
Damn.
Chico, get your black ass in here and get this show started.
It's hard too, man.
Well, sometimes you gotta laugh to keep from crying because we came in here mad and we leaving happy.
Yes, indeed, man.
Hey, Uncle Chico Live is therapeutic. It's for the people.
It's for the people. And let us know where you're checking in from. No matter where you're checking in. If you're overseas right now, put it in the chat. If you're here, wherever, East Coast, West Coast, far East Coast, pineapple to the Big Apple, like I always say. Shout out to
and if
everybody.
you're overseas, give a waving hand emoji, hashtag black ass, and that way we'll know you're over there in Europe and you're smacking them.
Don't put that in the chat. Everything he's accomplishing. Hopefully we get this Prime Award going. You feel what I'm saying? And we won't be worried about no Jim Thorpe Award in about 3, 4, 5, 10 years. You dig? That's my solution to it. Uncle Lily, you gonna drop some balls before we get up out of here?
I'm
Let's go.
gonna drop some name of these cities, man. I see Baton Rouge is checking in, the Red Baton, Tokyo, Tulsa. Yeah. Pineapple to the Big Apple, South Florida. They say I'm in South Florida, Chico, with your black ass self. It's already taking off. Dallas, Texas is checking in. I got a hand wave with black ass. Repeater, the Supernatural. Oklahoma City, Alabama's in the house. Flint, Michigan. Man, FLINT and MC Bree, ain't no future in your front. San Francisco, Gary, Indiana. Jackson Street, Michael Jackson. Saginaw, Pride, Saginaw, Michigan. Houston, Texas, Fifth Ward. Atlanta. I'm loving it, man. Montgomery, Alabama, Louisville, Kentucky. We got them checking in, Chico. They with us.
They with us, dog. They checking in. They
You know
love
what we need to do,
Chico.
Chico? What we need to do on the way out the door? Shout out to Warner Robbins, George is in the house. We need to do what you suggested last time we had a Travis chat. If you're with Travis and think he should have been nominated on the way out, just type 12.
Put a
Just
12
type
in the
12.
chat one time.
Yeah,
Put a 12 in the chat.
One,
Run
two,
them likes up. Put a 1-2 in the chat. Let's go. Man. Mama Tia say hit that like button. Goonsville Clothing. Each and every Sunday night you can get you, well, I'm not going to say each and every Sunday, but this past Sunday, you can get you a lid, a hat for $20 flat if you order it during the show. So y'all got to tune in next Sunday during the show, get you a Goonsville lid. Shout out to everybody out there. Uncle Neely with those Kappa shoulders, letting them go. Hey, let's go, baby. Hey, we thank y'all for coming out. Y'all know what to do. Hit the like button. God bless you. And good night. Peace in the Middle East. Yeah. Let's spit some bars on the way out.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay. Oh, I like this beat.
Oh, the mic's still hot now. The mic's still hot.
I know it's hot. Listen, we went to get it.
Appreciate Big
That
B.
still got 450 beats and rhymes. You know they lifted. They tried to play Travis that shitty. But we gonna get it to the city. Take it back to the city. We gonna name an award after Trav. Check the math. That's 1, 2.
Woo. Uncle Chico, we out.
We out.